Hello, everybody. My name is Dagmar Porcelli, and I am the Executive Director of Resilient Non-for-Profit. Prior to this job, I was actually a chemical engineer, and I'm also an entrepreneur. So a little bit about my background, before I get started on the topic that I want to discuss with you, is that I am actually an immigrant to this country. I came here when I was 7 years old from Cuba, and I have been afforded a number of opportunities. And one of the things that really struck me at a very early age was the fact that if I was to take advantage of these opportunities, great things would happen. So let me go back in time. One of the very first things that I did with my life was I decided to be a very good student. So I would look at other kids and how they would behave and so forth and so on. And in so doing, I actually applied myself to things that I really loved. So my background kind of ebbs and flows in different things. And one of the main things was that I always loved math and science. And my very first love and passion was to go into engineering. So what I did was I went to school. I decided, okay, what college do I want to go to, et cetera, and I became a chemical engineer. But one of the things that I've also learned is that you need to have resiliency in life. And what is resilience? Well, the dictionary describes it as the ability to bounce back, the ability to recover. There's also the ability to be able to be flexible. So one of the things that I have learned in life is that along with anything that I have wanted to do was I need to have flexibility for changes. So as we're talking about changes, what are some of the things that happen in life that really give you an opportunity to rethink, to redo, basically to reinvent yourself? When it comes to my life, I was an engineer and I was doing a lot of traveling, and then I got married, I had children, and I had to adjust my lifestyle because of that. These are all very good things, and these are all things that happen in anyone's life. And it doesn't mean that now that I can't do what I used to do, I can't do something else. So what I ended up doing was I applied some of the knowledge that I had in manufacturing and in production, and I, along with my husband, we actually opened up a staffing company. So one of the things that I was involved with was actually going out into manufacturing and talking to managers and production people and so forth about how to run their facility and what sort of staffing they needed. I did that for a number of years. And now here I am. I am the executive director of Resilient. And you might say to yourself, what does that have to do with any of the past? Well, I'm going to take you back in time. When I was about 25 years old, I remember being on my very first job out in Philadelphia. And I was driving through the city, and I happened to see society at its best and also at its worst. And when I was 25 years old, something came inside me that said, wow, how come some people have so much and some people not have enough? And that has stayed with me my entire life. So now, after I've had all of the experiences that I've had, I've been able to take all of the knowledge that I've acquired and now look at being able to have a purposeful position to be able to affect young people's lives, just like you. And how do I do that? Well, in the organization that I work with, in Resilient, we offer so many programs for young men and women to make sure that they're afforded opportunities, to make sure that they are going to start on just the right track to be able to give them an opportunity to succeed. Now, success comes in a number of different ways. It's certainly not just monetary or what you own or where you go. Success comes, and I want you to remember this, success comes in you achieving the goal that you have set. It's not just what you get, it's the process of getting there. So resiliency, what it really means is when something comes up and you have to make a change. How do you accomplish that? How do you actually recover from what you were doing to what you're going to do? How flexible are you? The most successful people are the ones that are most flexible. They're the ones that are going to adapt to what's going on. Because if I'm going to be rigid and something isn't going my way, I'm actually limiting my opportunities. I am limiting my world. So if there's anything that I've learned in the few years that I've been living, and okay, so I exaggerate, it's many years, in the time that I've been living, is that I have to take advantage of what is presented to me right now. And I have to look at it, is this going to move me forward? Or is this actually going to take me away from that ultimate goal that I have? So as you progress through time, as you progress through your studies, just remember, one thing is, what is it internally that makes you tick? What is it that you gravitate towards? Because if it's something that's truly a passion to you, it'll be easy to actually follow through the process. But if it's something that you're butting against the wall with, then you might want to reconsider, wow, why is this so difficult? And look at something else. There is nothing wrong in evaluating your options, but make sure to evaluate an option. Sitting around doing nothing is not going to cut it. So think about what you want your future to look like. Gee, what do you compare yourself to? What do you think that you would be great at? How do you think that you could have a purposeful life, not just now, but 10 years from now, 20 years from now? And remember that things will change. So resilience is very, very important.